Hi everyone. Hello. Good to see you all today. 2 p.m. Thursday the 9th of April. Great to see everyone. Hi Peter. Hello Ottilie again. Martin. Hello. Ben. Shout out to Jan, Maggie, Chris. We've got a lot of you here today. Melanie, Mark. Hello. And Josh has entered the room, everybody. So my trusty colleague Josh is here. Hello, Josh. And hello, everyone else. Adrian, Liz, good to see you. David, thanks. Yesterday it was great until you said you had a power cut. Oh, okay. No problem. Oh, sorry to hear that, David. Hopefully what you got was useful. Hopefully today's okay. Sunny. It's not so sunny here up in Yorkshire. Not so sunny. It's overcast and grey. So we're going to make the most of today's session. Hello, Lara. Hello, Freda. Hello, Josh.
Hello. How are we doing?
Good, thanks. How are you, Josh?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Okay, just shutting my door, getting in the game. Okay, hey everyone, welcome to Small Business Support. These are essential tips for your online marketing, for your small business. I've revamped the holding page. I hope everyone appreciates that. So I've got a nice picture of Josh there. Nice mugshot there, Josh. Nice,
Yeah,
I like it.
When I was skinnier.
So good to see everyone. Looks like everyone's here. Lovely weather in London. It's good to hear. Like I say, it's not so great here. So we're going to make the most of this session today. We're going to do a bit more work, and then hopefully the weather will be better tomorrow up here in sunny Yorkshire. So we're not going to do a webinar tomorrow because it is Good Friday. So bad news, we've not got a webinar on tomorrow. Obviously, we everyone wants a break. So let's have a little break tomorrow. We will be back with the webinars on Tuesday. However, that said, some of us are doing a little bit of extra work because really there's not so much we can do over this weekend. So some of us are doing some work. So what I'd encourage everyone to do is if you want any extra help, please just jump onto that URL just there on your screen. So if you need any extra help, and we'll try and get back to you this weekend. We might even be able to do a one-to-one with you at some point this weekend, because I know a lot of you are working on your marketing at the moment. So if you do want a free one-to-one, if you want an SEO audit, a website audit, whatever it may be, we are available. So just give us a bit of time over, between now and Tuesday to get back to you. But use that URL if you want a one-to-one between now and Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Just to look at some questions. Everything looks okay. What are we going to do? No, we haven't started. We're just saying hello. And we're just going to start now. Josh, my screen okay?
Yep, all good.
Great. We've got a lot to cover, guys. We've got a lot to cover, and we've been trying to plan it out, and we've been looking at a schedule, and we have got a bit of a schedule in mind. But as you can imagine, with these things being daily, which I know you all appreciate and love, so with that comes a little bit of ad hoc, doing things as and when needed. So some of the things that we've still got to cover, things like social media, Facebook ads, Facebook retargeting, Facebook Pixel. Ever heard of Facebook Pixel? Well, if you haven't heard of Facebook Pixel, install it on your website this weekend, because we're going to be talking to you about how you can use the Facebook Pixel. So if you want to find something called Facebook Pixel, just Google it. You can Google any of this stuff, to be honest. But we urge everyone to install the Facebook Pixel code on their website, because we're going to be telling you what to do with that next week or very soon. So with Facebook Pixel, effectively what you can do is it tracks people going onto your website. So it'll track the visitors to your website, and you'll be able to retarget those people through social media. So it's really powerful stuff. We'll show you how to set it up in terms of Facebook ads next week.
Yeah.
But if you have got a bit of time free, set up Facebook Pixel in advance of our social media course. So we're going to be looking at PPC as well. We've still got to cover the steps of setting up a campaign. So we literally want to share our screen and show you how to set up a campaign step by step.
So we've had a couple of questions in. I've had I'm not too sure. So with the SEO reports, they have all been sent out, but I have noticed when speaking to a couple of people, they have gone in the junk folder. Please check the junk folder, as I have sent them a couple of times to people who have asked for the SEO report. I have definitely sent them all out. They should be in the junk folder if you can't find them. If you still can't find them, let me know and I'll resend it as well.
Okay, great. Thanks, Josh. Josh is working overtime to get these reports out and and follow up from your inquiries and messages. So really appreciate your messages and comments. We will get back to you. I think it's important to say at this time that I suppose every business is pulled in different directions. So we will be getting back to you, but we have kept that all. So keep patient. They'll definitely some kind of reply will come back to you very, very soon. Thank you for requesting them though. So for those that have got an SEO report, we hope that it's proving useful. We are going to be looking at advanced SEO and something called offsite SEO, so content creation and backlinks. All that to come. We're not doing that bit today, though. We're going to be looking at website best practices, so more things that you can do with your website, so other tips. So, for example, homepage, your website homepage is something that we haven't really focused on too much yet. We've been talking about landing pages and service pages, but we're going to be looking at your homepage. So we're going to be looking at how to lay out a homepage in the best possible way. We're also going to be looking at email marketing. So just how can you mass mail your customer base and how you can send out an email to everyone that you've got emails for and the best practices around that. We're going to show you how to create the perfect email. So yes, not only do we know how to get the most conversions from a website, but we'll show you how to get the most conversions from an email that you write. That is going to be really cool. And then running a promotion as well, best practices around how you can sort of send out a promotion. Once we get out of all of this, you might want to send an email out to everyone, or you might want to run a promotion on Facebook. Well, we've got all the best practices still to come. So all of these best practices, I've said it a million times now, Google best practices, Microsoft best practices, our InfoServe best practices. We're one of 3 companies in the UK to have the highest level of partnership with both the biggest search engines in the world, Google and Microsoft. So bit of reassurance. Today, what we're doing is we're going to focus in a little bit more on the Bing Places listing. So we've got some really useful guide, to go through with you in terms of what you should be making sure you do on your Bing Places listing. But we're going to tie that into your website homepage, because we feel that from the Bing Places listing and the Google listing, people will naturally land on your website homepage. So because we've been talking about your website landing pages, we're going to show you what to do with your homepage today, and we'll try and squeeze this all in an hour. So, anything come up yet, Josh? Any questions? Whilst I'll just dive onto a different screen, sorry. Oh, mute. You muted. Sorry, Josh.
So let's have a look. We've got a question from Gerard. Will this code be on an InfoServe build site already? I'm not too sure what code he's referring to there, Jared. Let's have a look. I can't see any of the questions now.
Okay, so and Ross, converting images to web, Ross, that is something you can do and should do. We've already started that process with our own web builder. Every image now that we upload to, or if anyone's got an InfoServe website and they use the InfoServe builder, all images now are optimized in that way, Ross. So all images are automatically optimized for speed. So yes, you should start considering that.
There are still some browsers that don't support WebP though, so just be careful. Make sure you always have a backup of that image, just in JPEG or PNG.
Great. Okay. So well, I just want to kick off by saying what we looked at yesterday was we looked at the how people consumers behave and how there's that journey. So I'm not going to repeat this, but effectively people start at the beginning with the discovery stage, which is where they're searching for your service, the type of service that you offer or the products that you offer. So that's what we call the discovery stage, and that's right at the start. And so it's essential that you make sure at least by the end of this weekend, your discovery kind of online presence for discovery stage is 10 out of 10. So the ways that you can do that is making sure that you appear on Google and on Bing for when someone's searching your service in the location that you are. And so one of the ways that we talked about yesterday was with Google Ads and the PPC option. And I'm not going to go over this again, but it was just a really quick message to say Google Ads and Microsoft Ads are an essential part of you being found on the internet. And the good thing about it is it's pay per click. So you're never paying for something that isn't being useful. For example, you're only paying when someone is interested in your services and actually makes a phone call to you, clicks on your ad. It's really good traffic. So it's not a waste of money if it's done right. So we talked to you about the range of different options you can do with Google Ads and Microsoft Ads. One of them was a search ad, a normal search campaign that gets you found on the search results. Another one, with the search campaign, we talked about how you can choose a radius, you can target different locations, but effectively it's really targeted. But a big thing that we said yesterday was around the Google Display and Microsoft Display advertising that you can do, where you can have your business found on websites that are related or relevant to what you do. So if you do children's furniture, then your ad and your banner will appear on websites relevant to that particular type of industry. And you can target audiences by age and even intent. So if someone's shown intent on Google and Microsoft to want your services, you can target those people. It's really, really cool. And it's really cost effective. And we talked, and we're going to be showing you how to set up a campaign. And it's one of those things that drives inquiries. We talked about PPC. We've also talked to you about SEO. And specifically, we've spoken about on-site SEO. So the kind of things that you can do to your own website to get it found organically in the search results. So if you don't mind really quickly, there we go. If I just go to a page here, I got a reminder there saying I've got a meeting with Microsoft in 15 minutes.
Yeah, me too.
let's hope that's not true. Okay, so I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to type, solicitors Manchester. Let's just go middle of the UK, Manchester. Okay, so just to confirm to everyone, the ad results, the PPC results are here. The first 4 that you see, and Google in particular making it really hard to distinguish ads from organic results, which are these here. So the organic results are the ones that are below the map and below the ads. Okay, so that's the organic natural website results below the ads and below the map here. And so SEO gets you found in the organic results on Google and Microsoft. This is where your website will appear when you optimize your website. And we found that yesterday. So just to look at another one, we typed in neck pain, and I think it's Robbie. I really am sorry, Robbie, for using your business as an example. I hope you're enjoying this. He says he watches these back every night, so I hope you're enjoying. So we looked at it yesterday, and here's Robbie's website coming up on the first page of Google. And the reason why it does that is because he's optimized that page, and when someone clicks on that result, it actually takes the person through to the specific page on his website for neck pain. So I've been telling you how to optimize these pages, not only for conversions, but for getting found on Google. But that's the organic search results, guys. So what I want to refer to is don't forget about the ad results, that they come up at the top there, and then we've got the local results here, the Google My Business results, and it's the same on Bing. It's exactly the same on Bing. You can go to Bing, do the same search, and you'll come up with similar results. So everything we've been showing you for on-site SEO will get you found in the organic search results. Okay, and we've talked a lot about on-site SEO. We haven't gone into off-site SEO in great detail yet. But we've also talked to you about your Google listing and your Bing listing. Really important that you optimize these listings. So if you've not seen the webinars, you can go back and watch those old webinars, and hopefully you can get a lot from those. And the Bing listing in particular is what we're focusing on now. So we're going to be deep diving into the Bing listing and your Bing presence. Remember what we said about Bing. It is used more than you think. We've had a lot of people say, well, who uses Bing? Well, it's got to be a part of your discovery stage. You've got to make it a big part of your business online. There we go. That's what I was getting at. So the reason why you've got to ensure that you use Bing is because lots and lots of people, and this is Microsoft's own numbers here that they've done their research on. 825 million people have Windows 10 devices, and Bing is built into that. So Windows 10, Bing is a default search engine. That's across millions and millions of devices worldwide. The audience on Bing, or the Microsoft Search Network, as they sometimes say, the audience is very diverse and different to the Google audience. And I want to make sure that everybody takes this away today, because you need to optimize your business on Bing, whether it be with Microsoft ads or Bing places, the local listing. We know that that there's a split in terms of age and demographic. The demographic on Bing has a higher earning. They're in a higher earning bracket. So as you can see on the right-hand side here, 12% of the audience are in the top earning bracket. Now, compared to Google, that is higher than what we see on Google. 76% of the Bing audience is under the age of 45. But there's a really different type of audience on Bing. And it's what we call a bit of a higher quality audience. We find that they're a bit more affluent. We find that the conversion rates on Bing are better than Google. So it's got 25% of the market share. And there's 378 million searches in the UK month to month. 378 monthly searches on Bing in the UK every month. These are huge numbers that you should not overlook. And so we talked about Google ads yesterday, but we mustn't overlook the Bing ads, the Microsoft ads platform. It's exactly the same as Google ads. It pretty much does all the same stuff, to the point where you can even import your Google ads into Microsoft ads. So it's a quick setup on Bing. So don't exclude the Bing and Microsoft network, because it's not just Bing that your business appears on. It will appear on Windows, Cortana, AOL, Outlook. Think about how popular Microsoft Outlook is, and Bing is a default search engine on that as well. There's so many different places that your business will be found if you use Bing properly. And so huge reach. And the best thing about Bing, just to finish on something really kind of a bit technical, but the best thing about Bing is you can, once you do Microsoft ads, you can start to use their audience targeting, which, if you didn't know it already, but Microsoft owns LinkedIn. So if you're a business that has a lot of commercial work or business to business, then while on Microsoft ads, you can target a LinkedIn LinkedIn profile targeting, and there's a lot more kind of demographic targeting on Microsoft. So if you're watching this back, or if you rewatch this, you might want to pause on this screen just to kind of check out the different options that you've got on Microsoft search engine. And just to say, finally, we know that if you're using Microsoft ads, so if you go ahead and set up a Microsoft ads campaign, I recommend you put a bit of money into it, because it's got a 29% lower cost per sale, 29% lower cost per sale than on Google Ads. But it's also got a 35% higher conversion rate than Google Ads at the same cost. So a 35% increase on conversions comes from Microsoft ads compared to Google ads. So we're a big fan of Microsoft ads. And no, we're not reselling this for Microsoft. And no, we have no promotion or anything here. We're saying to you, do it yourself. We're saying to you to go ahead, set up a Microsoft ads campaign and go and do it. We're not here trying to sell something or try to promote something. It's just that we know that it will work really well for you guys. So do consider the Microsoft ads platform. Obviously, if you need help with that, we're always here to help out. But let's deep dive into Bing Places, because that is a big part of the Microsoft platform, the Bing platform. And we haven't even looked at Bing Places yet. We've mentioned it a few times. We've sent you there, but we just want to make sure that your Bing Places listing is set up correctly, and that you're not forgetting things like social media links and things like that. So Josh, let's go on to Bing Places, and hopefully you can see my screen.
Yep, it's a little blurry, but I can still see it. Hopefully it should settle down.
Okay. So hopefully you guys can see the screen. So if you can't see it, then let me just see if I can close down a couple of tabs. Actually, see if I can. It should settle down if it is a bit blurry. Before we just commence with that, let's just check that we've got any questions from yesterday. Is there anything? How do you actually sign into Bing Places? Well, okay, we'll show you that in a second.
Yeah.
How does Cortana display ads? Well, Cortana will is what it's going to do. If it isn't already, it's going to actually tell you the business results, the business, the businesses that it's presenting on the ads. So it'll actually say, yes, a good solicitor and leads is, et cetera. So you need to be using Microsoft ads to be actually able to have that opportunity. Where do I find Bing Places on Windows 10? Well, Bing Places is just the name of the product that you set up your Bing listing on. But effectively, if you go to Bing, and I'm going to do it in a second, if you go to Bing and do a search on Bing, you will I'll show you the Bing Places results in a moment. So we'll come to that in a second.
It might be worth me kind of trying to screen share on my side, because I'm plugged straight into my router, so it might be a little bit better.
Do you want to share? Do you want to show everyone what Bing Places looks like on the search engine, Josh?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So let me load up Google. Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna screen share.
Tab.
There we go. Yeah. Can you see that all right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's Google, Josh.
Yes. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the very beginning. I'm just going to type in Bing Places into Google, or Bing, whichever you prefer. And then it'll obviously bring up Bing Places for Business. Click on the first result. And this is what you'll be presented with. So they've got a COVID-19 update. The two options which you've got is existing user or new user. I would always click. Obviously, if you don't already know that you've got a Bing Places account, it's probably new user that you need to click on. So once you click onto new user, it will take you through to this page here. So it will ask you whether to import your Google My Business or claim or add your business manually. Now, before we get to this point, it's probably worth checking if you've already got a Bing Places listing. Sometimes what Bing does is it will actually create a listing without you realizing or knowing, because it takes information from Yale, from loads of different directories, and it will actually create a listing in some cases. Have a look to see if your business has a listing. If it does, then I'd click claim or add your business manually. If you don't have a Bing Places listing, I'd import everything from your Google My Business, because obviously we've already been through the steps of optimizing your Google My Business. So I'd import it through from Google. I'm going to show what the majority of people will probably use, because Bing will probably already have a listing for you. So I'm going to click claim or add your business manually.
Yep. Just before you do that, Josh.
Yep.
Would you be able to open a new tab?
Yes.
And just type bing.com? And then if you do a search, Josh, for let's say Solicitors Manchester. So
yep.
what we can see here, everyone, is this is the Bing. These are the Bing search engine results, and they're very, very similar to Google. You'll notice the ads at the top right there. So the first four positions you see are ads. And they're very hard to distinguish from the organic results below the map. So if you scroll down to the map, Josh, the map results there, that is Bing Places, everyone. So those are the Bing listing results on the search engine. That's what we call Bing Places. And so Josh is going to walk you through a Bing Places setup in a moment. Below the map results, you've got the organic. That's where your SEO will help your website get found. So your SEO that you do on your website will get you into those organic results there. But the Bing Places listings, the map results, are the things we're looking at right now. And Bing Places is just a name that Bing gives to the listings. So do you want to go back to the listing on Bing?
Course. Yep.
Cool.
So can you see the screen okay? Is it blurry at all, or?
All good. All good.
Brilliant. So first.
Oh, sorry, Josh. I've muted you. Sorry. I've accidentally muted. I think I've muted.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Go, sorry.
Yep, not a problem. Right, perfect. So, it will ask you what your business type is. Small or medium business will probably be for the majority of yourselves. So just click that, and then here we go. Perfect. So we'll ask you what your business name is and where your location is. Again, very easy to kind of do. I'm just going to do InfoServe here. You click search, and it will find your listing. So there we go. It's found it straight away. I've already claimed this listing, obviously, but I'm gonna run through it as if I haven't. So it'll come up with options for different businesses, and then all you need to do is claim your business. It will then ask you to sign in. Brilliant. So this might look slightly different to what you guys get. Obviously, for us, it's showing 90% complete. And again, very, very easy to do. Just make sure you fill out all the information on here and follow the steps. Really nice and easy. To move the pin, all we have to do is click the Move Map pin. And then what I'd recommend doing is zoom in all the way in to where we are. So here's InfoServe, and it's slightly off from where we are. I'm just going to move that ever so slightly, and then just click done. Really easy to do. Make sure you get that pin right outside your front door, especially if you've wanted customers to come down. And again, click next once that information is all filled out. So we've got these categories. What I'd recommend doing is, because the first segment of business is it will show you these kind of categories. It is very different to Google My Business. It likes to put you in these big categories to begin with, and then you choose the subcategories in this kind of main segment of your business. So have a look through. I was running through this with a lady earlier on today and yesterday, and we were trying to figure out which which segment of business to kind of pop it in. Again, just have a little think, have a look, whatever's most suitable for your business, and then just start typing away in the second one. So if you're like a hair salon, for instance, just type in hair salon and it will find it. Again, I can't change too much because this is our actual listing. And then you can also change your primary category as well. So add in everything that is relevant to your business and that what you want to be found for. And then it will let you choose your primary category once you've added in all those. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not losing anyone.
Yeah, it's good.
Brilliant. Yeah, always include a description. Again, we've gone through how important this is for Google. It's just as important for Bing as well. Again, we've got some of our unique selling points in here. We've got our slogan as well. But yeah, so everything's all looking good on this stage. So I'm going to click next. Again, if you do need help with the categories, please get in touch. It can be a bit tricky sometimes. It did take me a little while to kind of get used to. But yeah, if you do need any help, give us a shout. So I'm going to click next, and then it's asking, are customers expected to visit your address? The reason they're asking that is because some people prefer to hide their address. If you have your business registered to your home address, you don't necessarily want people coming to your home address. You do have the option to hide it, exactly the same as Google My Business as well. It will ask you whether you're a business or professional. Obviously, InfoServe is a business, so that's why I've selected business. Again, through to the next stage, it will ask you for your email. And here's the bit that I would recommend everyone to fill out: your Facebook and your Twitter. GMB doesn't actually let you do this. This is one thing that I prefer to Bing Places than what GMB has got. It actually allows you to put in your own links for your own social media. Google tend to prefer to find that information. They like to make sure that your Facebook is linked to your website and vice versa before they'll show it on your Google My Business. Bing lets you just put it straight in. So again, very, very easy to kind of follow through. Just make sure you fill in all that information. We don't have a Yelp or TripAdvisor, so that's why I've left those blank.
It's worth saying Microsoft really make a point of those social media links. For some reason, they have data and insights that they know that business listings that have their social media links get more clicks and get more inquiries ultimately. So make sure you've got your social media links in there, because we know that does increase conversion rates. And then obviously photos as well, which Josh is going to come to in a moment. The photos bit is really important.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so that just leads us straight onto photos. Again, add as many photos as you can. Similar advice to what we'd recommend on Google as well. Think about what your customer would like to see. Think about what you'd like to see when you look at listings. Whenever I look at a lot of the time, I will load up like Google Maps, for instance, and if I'm looking for a local business, I'll just search for a local business in Google Maps, the app itself. And I like to see what the building is going to look like. Where am I going? What am I expecting to see? I don't want to be walking around at a retail park looking for a place, because I'll probably give up and I won't come along. Make sure you show the exterior of your business. Also, make sure that you show the interior as well. It's all about showing what they can expect, and that includes with yourself as well, the team. Photos of your team, photos of happy customers, maybe people at work. Just really cover all the main points: exterior, interior, team, and happy customers. If you do sell a product, definitely have pictures of your products on there. That is a must.
If you're sorry, Josh, I was just saying,
fine.
if you've got a very visual product, guys, if the product, so for example, there's a lot of coffee shops doing this now, but it could be anything. It could be I was speaking to a glass engraver the other day, or it could be any kind of product that you offer. Get really good close-ups of that product, because one thing I've noticed quite often is the pictures. When you take professional photographs of your product, sometimes it's quite far away. Make sure you get as close as you can to the product and get a nice background as well. If you can have a background, even with your colors, your brand colors, your logo, or if you put photos up of your business, how about, if any of you can do this, get the photo on a photo editing tool. So I think a couple of you in the chat the other day mentioned about a couple of tools that you can edit photos and images in. There's loads out there. You know, you can, again, just do a search on the search engine for image editing tool. Put your logo on. Put the logo on at the top right or the bottom right, or one of the corners, because what that does is it helps with your brand awareness. The more times people see your logo and your colors, the more they'll associate your type of service with your business. So, for example, if you are a locksmith and you've got a logo with an orange key, or your business name next to it, make sure you put that logo on as many images or as many places across the internet, social media, profile pictures. Keep putting that logo everywhere, because that's called brand repetition and brand awareness. And so really good marketing is where you actually have your logo on your images. But we know that's quite hard for some people. But yeah, make sure you get it in the corner of the image if you can. Yeah. Sorry, Josh.
No, not a problem. I thought I'd answer some questions and see kind of what some questions are coming through as.
Yeah. Or use a professional photographer. Yes, Leo, definitely. I'd recommend, if you do take images of your products, or if you do want to take photos of the team or the interior, get a professional photographer, hire a professional photographer. It can be quite cheap for a couple of hours as well, right, Leo? And you can get him in and get her in and just get some good photos done on a high quality camera. It's there for life. You've got it there for years to come. And that investment, it's similar to your website. Invest in your website. Invest in how your business looks, because I keep repeating that trust is the thing that's stopping you getting an inquiry. If people look at your website or look at your brand or look at the images associated with your brand, and there's a bit of a kind of disconnect with trust, then they won't call you. They won't contact you. There's so many other options, so many other businesses out there that they can contact. It's a sad story, but unfortunately, that's what it comes down to, is trust and how your brand looks on your website, on Google, on social media, on the local listings. So yes, Leo, professional photography. My best friend is a professional photographer as well, and I know the quality of work that can be done. So I do recommend getting a photographer in to all of your businesses when you get a chance to do that. And also make sure the imagery on your website really does reflect your brand. And look, you all have high standards. You wouldn't be here if you didn't have high standards. You wouldn't be asking for help if you didn't have. So make sure that your website reflects your business high standards. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Josh, do you want to answer one more question, and we'll go back to Bing Places?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got some questions here about how do I add photos. So I'll show you again on how to add photos onto Bing. A couple of questions around categories. Again, make sure that you have selected your category as a business. If you are a business, it does limit the categories if you choose professional. Again, these categories do seem to be a lot better than what Google offers. A lot of Google's categories are very Americanized, unfortunately. But the best way to kind of tackle kind of even Google categories is a little trick that we tend to use is just Google your competition. Google the search term you want to be found for. If you want to be found for skip higher leads, for instance, Google skip higher leads and have a look on the top 3 of what Google is preferring to show. and then just have a look at their primary category, and then just use their primary category as the same as yours. If they're the same business that does the same thing, then we know that category works for that search term. So you might as well use that because we know it works.
That's a really good tip, everyone. That's something that I've not mentioned either. So that's a really good tip. Just have a look at what your competition are doing and what those primary categories are. But as Josh says, do the search and see what they're using.
Exactly.
Really good tip, that, Josh. Let's get back to Bing Places then. Let's share that screen. So just looking at the images, the photos tab, really important you do get, as many photos of your business. And if you can, put your logo on one of the corners. And obviously you can do the same on Google as well. But yeah, that's a good one, the photos one.
Yes, definitely. So with these, again, it's all part of the kind of the setup process. It will let you do this regardless. I have noticed that it does actually ask you to claim the listing, even though it's already claimed. As I'm sure you kind of all saw right at the beginning, it said claim listing on InfoServe, even though this listing has been claimed for years. It does let you do that, unfortunately. You still have to click claim or edit. It does give you the option to claim or edit. So with the photos, again, just follow on through the steps. It is just after the kind of the contact details. It then says add photos of your business. You click browse. And then you can browse the photos on your computer to upload. Again, get a professional photographer. Make sure that you that you hit exterior, interior, pictures of the team, products and services. That's what people generally look for. So I'm going to click next, and again, the final thing to edit is your business hours. Again. Be as accurate as possible. Just put in all your business hours in there. You do have an option for special occasions, so you can choose whether you're open for like Good Friday, for instance. We can put whether we're open or closed on there. And again, you can add your special opening hours. And then after that, so after all that is complete, I'm going to click submit. And then there we go. So this is your Bing Places dashboard. This is your listing. Once you have created the listing and edited it, this is the go-to dashboard when you sign in. This is the dashboard for your listing. As you can see, the first thing that kind of sticks out for myself during this time is the COVID-19 related announcement. Exactly the same as Google My Business. Make sure you do update your Bing listing as well. Let people know if you are still open, if you are closed. And if you are closed, but you are kind of still running, how they can contact you. And also you have actually the option to synchronize with Google My Business. This is a very useful feature of Bing. When you click synchronize now, it will ask you how often you'd like it to synchronize. I've chosen bi-weekly. You can choose weekly, monthly, whatever is kind of whichever you prefer, really. It will ask you to continue to Google My Business. It will ask you to sign in, and you click allow. And again, once it does that, it will then pull up. It will pull up your. So as you can see, it last synced a couple of days ago on the 8th. And if it isn't matched, you can just select a match manually, and then you choose which listing you want to do. I'm just going to go back to home. There we go. So again, you can synchronize that Google listing.
Yeah. Really helpful, and there may be some verification needed if you're setting up a new listing or claiming a listing.
Yes.
If you want any help with this, guys, we are a Bing Places authorized partner, so it means that we can instantly verify your listing if you want us to. So you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait on any postcard or phone call or anything like that. We can just instantly verify it. If you just want to give us a shout on the give us a book the form, fill in the form on the infoserve.com/COVID page. I'll just write that at the top of the chat here. So if you fill in the form, we can always help you out with your Bing listing as well. We can instantly verify those. Sarah, are you able to help merge Bing listings or suggest who to talk to? Yeah, you've got yourself into a pickle, no problem. If you're in a pickle, use that link at the top. of the chat there, and just you'll see you can book a one-to-one. You can request a one-to-one with someone who can then get you out of that pickle. So what I'm going to do, Josh, is I need to just now go back to what we were saying. If
I've just got one more thing to show, which is the advanced information. So again, make sure you click the add advanced information. And here, as you can see, we have options for other social profiles like LinkedIn and Instagram. As it clearly says here, details on this page may only be used in ranking your listing in search results and not get published. I would still 100% recommend filling in the listing as much as possible. If you really do fill it in as much as possible and add all your social profiles, Microsoft Bing is more likely to show you further up the list compared to your competition. So really do make sure that you have filled out those. Add any offers that you potentially might have, which is just down here. You can add a deal or a discount. It's very, very similar to Google My Business. And the final thing to check is your features and facilities. Again, with InfoServe, there's not really much. We don't have like a place where people can come down and kind of like pay cash or like free parking, stuff like that. You see, this is relevant to businesses that do have free parking. Make sure you fill them out. They're just little tags similar to what we have in Google My Business.
Yeah, couple of things at the end there to make sure you do. That's really important stuff. Fill out as much as you can. And the reason why we keep saying that, fill out as much as you can, is because we know that it all helps the algorithm. So the algorithms of these Google listings and Bing listings, the free listings, are helped. An algorithm, by the way, is if anyone doesn't know, it just means that the kind of key metrics that decide your ranking, basically how high you appear on Google and Bing. So the algorithm needs to be almost unlocked by you, and you can help unlock that algorithm by completing as much of the fields on the Bing listing, for example, as you can. And by using all those different features, you will put yourself in the best possible chance of being found before your competition. So we're telling dozens and dozens and dozens of people this today, and hopefully all of you will go away, make sure your Google listing's done, make sure your Bing's done, use every single field possible, fill it out, spend time, and raising this awareness will at least help so many businesses get more better positions on the search engines. In fact, one chap told me the other day he's already done it, and he's already had 3 new customers in the last couple of days because of the things that we've advised. So he's already had 3 brand new customers. He's over the moon. So do this thing, these bits and bobs, and it will work. I'm trying to read the questions at the same time. Okay, well, Josh is going to dive into the questions in chat. But what I'm going to do is continue, because all of this, like I said earlier, all of this ties into the consumer journey, the journey that your consumers and potential customers go through. And they start on search engines, and they do a search for your business. And once they've done that search, and once they've found your business, hopefully, they will then research more about your business. They'll look on social media, they'll check out your brand, and they'll make that judgment call. Do I trust this business? Do they look the business? So we're talking about the search area, the bit to the left at the moment. We're still focusing on the search area. And I really want to highlight this before we go for the weekend, your website. Because when people are searching for services that you offer and they stumble across your listing, or they find your website link on Google or Bing or even Yahoo, but when they find your website, the first thing they're going to see most of the time is your homepage, especially from the local listings. So from the GMB listing, if they click on website link, it goes straight through to your homepage. Same on Bing, the Bing listing, click on the website link, straight through to the homepage. We must ensure that your brand is represented in the right way, and that you've got everything set up in the right way. So from layout to the speed of the website, to the reliability and trust, and ultimately, how easy is your website to navigate? Is it easy to navigate? So that's what I just want to focus on before we go, so that you have something to work on over the weekend, or something to think about. Because a striking homepage is really important. It's got to represent your brand in the best possible way. And to do that, you need an image at the top of the website that is high resolution in terms of, a good quality image as well, like a really strong image that represents your brand. So be careful what images you use in the top half of your website. So this here is what we call above the fold being the bottom of my screen. So without the above the fold is the most important area of the website, because you've got 8 seconds to really get people to make that decision. Because ultimately, if they don't like what they see, they'll jump straight off and they'll go straight onto the next business. And so you've got a few seconds to really make sure that your website gets attention, as it were. And so there's some critical things that I would say you need to do, or you need to have on your website homepage. And so let's say, for example, we were building a website homepage. What we would do is, as I said to you, we're going to be looking at that introduction just now really quickly, because I want people to come from your listings and I want them to hit your website and I want them to be completely bought into your business by just looking at the homepage. And so the top half of your website is really important. And what we call the bit here, if I just go back to that image, you see this bit here with the image at the top, the big image that appears on all devices. We call that the hero image. And the hero image is what makes or breaks the user, the decision making that they're going to go. So the hero image really does need to work. So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm building a website, or you want to edit your own website. And what you need to do, if I just show you, we need to add a striking hero image right at the top of the website. And here's a good example. Now, I know we're just using an example here, but music, we'll do a music shop. And I'm just making this up, so I hope you all understand. And music, what you need to do is think of your content. And now, is this the H1 though? Because if it's so we've talked about H1s and header tags, and if this is the H1, make sure you've got your main keyword in there. And obviously, in this situation, let's say I'm a national company, and it's either a music shop or music equipment, whatever it may be, musical equipment. Sorry, since 1999, you've got your main keyword in there, and use this space as well as you can. Get a copywriter or content writer or if someone's really good with English grammar, speak to them. If you might be, or your friend or your family, get them to help you with this content. This is the most important area on your website. So, maybe have a look at some big websites out there like Amazon, Apple, Airbnb, for example. Though, have a look at what they're doing. You want clear call to actions, and in the homepage you can have 2 buttons, because on the homepage you really are taking people off the different areas of the website. So, for example, this one, I would say see the equipment. Let's take them straight to the equipment, or we have a link to the About Us. Now, that's the hero image. Notice that I've got social media icons here as well. And that's good. You can either have them in the hero image, or you can have them here at the top of your website. But then what you want to be thinking about underneath the hero image, and I think you all know what I'm going to say, and I'm going to go and do it. Let me see if I can find something. Let me see. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so what I want below my hero image is some unique selling points. Okay, so I'm going to go for 3 unique selling points, or three actions that the visitor can take. So this is how it should be laid out: a beautiful image, and maybe you could have this as a rotating gallery. So, for example, within website builders, you could easily create galleries. It's very easy to do. And if I just show you a quick example, so there we go. There we go. I'm just adding a second image to the page, and there you go. It's now moving through different images. That's how quick and easy it is to build a website, guys. So the next thing to this is you can have a nice little line like this, or why choose us, for example, and then you have maybe 3 bullet points, three reasons why people should choose you. Nice, clean, simple, modern. Very, very straightforward. So you've got your hero image, and then you've got your unique selling points. Underneath that, you might want to put a bit more of a description about who you are and what you do. So let's go ahead and just pop that in there. Okay, so I'm going to separate the sections with space and padding. So make sure you've got space between each section. And what I'm going to say is on the next section, it's about the company, about us. And obviously, I'm going to change the content. We love music. Oops. There we go. And you can, I'm not going to change all the content, and I'm not going to change the image again. But hopefully you're starting to understand the best possible layout. Make sure the homepage is striking, clean, and easy to navigate. Ease of navigation is just having simple, clear buttons, simple, clear sections, a really nice navigation at the top there. Just across the top of the top of the website there, we've got nice navigation. A little bit of content about the business. Don't go overboard with content. So what I mean by that is, be careful not to type or have too much content, because this is not good. Because what you've got to do is you've got to consider mobile phone users, and majority of people now are on mobile phone. And so I'm just going to go down to that piece of content, and if you just have a look at how long that goes on for on mobile phone, it's not ideal. It's not an ideal experience. So make sure your website is thinking of mobile first. So I'm just going to delete some of that, and I'm going to go ahead and just say, look, we just need that much content in there. What do I need next? Well, you should really think about the testimonials again and have those really clear on your website. So again, we built all these sections already because we know how things work. We know how you can get conversions. And so why try and reinvent the wheel every time you build a website when you know what works? So there you go. This works. This kind of layout. Maybe you might not have images of the customers, but you get the idea. You can delete those images really quickly. So a little bit about the business, testimonials, and then what I'd recommend towards the bottom of the homepage is one last thing, if you bear with me. Bear with me. There we go. That's all I was looking for. Okay, so what I would do is at the bottom of the homepage, I would have maybe clients that you've worked with, or the accreditations that you have. So, for example, if you're a financial advisor, then I know that there's certain accreditations that you need to have, and you have a logo for that accredited board that you work with. If you're a builder, it's FMB registered, and so on and so on. This is where you'd probably want to have those accreditations and icons, or businesses that you've worked with in the past. Look how simple and easy this is to use and navigate, and section after section, really clear and simple. And that's all we'd recommend. You don't have to go overboard. Yes, there's other things you could consider. You could maybe have a little bit of a gallery of what you offer. So if you're a visual business, yes, you could put a bit of a gallery in there. So let me just show you an example of that. Let's say you're a clothes shop, for example. There we go. We know that this type of gallery works very nicely for clothes shops. And so it's really simple. And, what I can do is move this up. And so it's above the testimonials. And I'm just going to get rid of some of these words. Fewer words, guys. Fewer words makes it easier to read. So gallery, testimonials, icons of accreditations. I just wanted to give you a kind of brief overview of a very good looking homepage. and make sure that homepage and make sure those websites look great on all devices, not just desktop. So I hope that helps give a little bit of advice in terms of your homepage. Back to where we were going to finish off now, because it is perfect timing. And we're just going to say, if you do need any help, then please do reach out to us. This is our small business support, and it's completely free. And we're going to be doing this for the foreseeable future. So you're not going to get rid of us anytime soon. We're back on Tuesday, and we're back daily, 2 p.m. Tuesday, and we've got so much more content to cover. Social media, we've still got the PPC stuff to go through with you, like how to set up a campaign. But we felt like today we wanted to give you a couple of basics to work on over the weekend. So I really hope that's helped. Please share that link with as many local businesses as you can. Please send it by email or on your social media. That's all we ask for. And Josh, any closing comments?
Basically, just make sure everything's all filled out. Again, if you do have any kind of concerns, or if you're struggling with anything, please do get in touch. We've got a link at the top of the chat. Fill in the form at the bottom. Request a one-to-one. Me, Matt, anyone at the team is more than happy to kind of walk through anything that you guys are struggling with. If you do, there has been a couple of questions about duplicate listings on Bing. Again, we are a Microsoft Advertising Elite Channel partner. We can get it instantly verified. We can help with those kind of duplicate listings. There are kind of procedures to follow, but again, just make sure you get in touch. We are more than happy to help about any kind of questions, even if it's anything that we haven't covered today. Then please do get in touch. We are more than happy to help.
So we were going to ask everyone if you wanted one tomorrow at 2 p.m, but I feel that it's probably a bit, it's probably not right to do it on a Good Friday. I'm sure everyone would agree. It's probably not the best day to do a webinar. But that said, we're open to one-to-ones and helping you from now until Tuesday, just on a one-to-one basis. So please do fill in the form on that website, just there, that URL. Please do fill in the form. Please share that URL with as many people as you can. We really appreciate that. Sarah, thank you. Gary, thanks. Enjoy the long weekend, Gary. Nicholas, yes, sorry, we won't do one tomorrow because I think it will be, people have got maybe family plans and things going on. So we'll respect that and come back on Tuesday after the weekend. So Tuesday is our next session. If you get invites for tomorrow, really sorry, you might get notifications for tomorrow, but just bear that in mind. We can't turn those off, unfortunately, because it is just a daily event. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget, yes, we need a break as well. We're going to have a long break. There's so much to do, so much walking once a day to do. So we're going to be busy doing that. Okay, May, thank you very much. Maggie, thank you very much. Enjoy your long weekend.
Thank you, guys.
I'll leave this slide open for a little bit longer. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for these last couple of weeks. It's been more than a pleasure. We love talking to you. We really enjoy doing this. We must try and get more businesses in here. We've had hundreds already. But please do share that link. And the more businesses we get in here, the longer this is going to go on and the more stuff we're going to show you. So please do share that link, because it means that we can continue and we can start doing more and more and more as the weeks go on. So thank you and have a lovely weekend. Stay safe. See you Tuesday at 2 p.m.